That's what's up. Well, I'm glad you made that decision because your name have been buzzing ever since the news came out of you knocking out Teofimo Lopez in sparring.
Yeah.
How have the reception been from the fans on your end?
Some actually love it. They're showing me a lot of love. There's always the group of people that can't accept it. I'm okay with that though. I'm just here to show everybody what I can do.
You recently turned pro. How much of a confident booster is it to do what you did with Teofimo in sparring and see him dethrone a pound for pound champion like Lomachenko?
It's a great feeling, knowing I can be in there with him and hang with him. It's just at first it was a little frustrating, man, because I feel like my career was just taking a little bit too long. The pandemic hit, and then it was just slowing me down. But I think now I'm catching a nice roll, and we're getting momentum. So it'll be only a matter of time so I can show the world what I can do. And with the whole Teofimo thing, it's cool. I did stop him, but like that's not how I want to win my fans. I want to win my fans. I want them to see me in action on live TV and put on great performances.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a lot of skills, that's for sure. Do you remember anything from the sparring, like the sequence or what you caught him with?
I remember like it was yesterday. So he was working with Benavides Jr. And then I've had great sparring with a lot of champions and a lot of fights, and I won't even speak on that. But the reason I speak on this is because how disrespectful they were with me, my team, my coach, and that guy has a loud mouth, so I think he need to be humbled. But yeah, he was working with Benavides Jr. I think they did like 2 rounds, and Benavides was too big for him or something like that. So he come to the corner and he was like, he's like, "Where's that little kid y'all had?" So man, I hadn't got signed yet, words with anybody. So I'm like, this is my opportunity to be, to show what I got. So I ran, put my gloves on, got up in there, and I came in swinging for the fences. I hit him with the overhand left right away, and he like smirked, very cocky. He thought I was like that. I was just gonna back out after that, but I kept coming, and I remember just touching him with everything, and he did not even like expecting it. And when he got to the ropes, what hurt him was a left hook to the body, and then that put him down. He took a knee right then, and I was very surprised. And he said that's it, and then he comes over to our corner, takes another knee, and he's like, no, we're done. And we were all like, what the hell? And his dad was kind of just quiet. He was like very, also shocked. They told us they would come back again, and they did. 2 weeks, I think they gave us a call. So the second time we were supposed to spar a 6 round, everybody agreed on six. It was a war from the first round to where when it finished. But except after the fourth round, he was like, "Oh, that's it, that's it." But we were like, "Man, you promised us six," and they didn't want to do no more. So his dad was, I think they started feeling a little under pressure. So he started getting super mad, started talking shit, yelling, like very obnoxious. And then he wanted to fight Senior, and they had to take him outside and have him relax.
And it's funny. I actually seen you multiple times. I seen you with the conflict between Jose Benavidez and Caleb Plant. I saw you there. And you just been everywhere. So it ain't a fluke for the people that don't know. Obviously, you have a lot of talent. So people need to realize that you just slept on. That's all it is because you are a great fighter
I
and you
think
have
what
a
it
lot of
is,
potential.
I think what it was is I wasn't at the national tournaments. I'm here in Seattle where there was very low boxing, So I think now it's like who's this kid, coming out of nowhere. But I'm ready to show the world what I can do, and I know I can hang with these guys. I want to be in the conversation with Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney's, Ryan Garcia, because I know I can hang in there. But I know I also have to prove myself, and I'm willing to do that.
You are in a deep division, but I'm curious to know what was your thoughts on Teofimo Lopez beating Lomachenko. First of all, did you see that coming? And what was your thoughts on his performance in dethroning Lomachenko?
That was a good performance by Teofimo. He did what he had to do. I think Lomachenko gave him too much respect, and I think that's what all these fighters do. At the end of the fight, Lomachenko, all he did was simply just throw and was touching him. That's all he did. If he would have done that from the beginning, I think he could have pulled it off. But props to Teofimo, he pulled it off.
From your perspective, why you think Lomachenko was so gunshot early on for like 6, 7 rounds? Normally a fighter will fill out someone for 2 rounds, but Lomachenko was gunshot for 7 rounds. Was it something Teofimo was doing? What's your take on that?
I think so. I think he just respected him too much. Maybe he felt he was strong, but I think if you would have wore him down a little earlier, he could have pulled it off. But I don't know. I was in like camp with Loma, so I don't know if really his shoulder was hurting or whatnot. I really don't know. I think maybe it could have been the shoulder. Maybe he felt the power of Teofimo.
He did say before the fight, Lomachenko, that he was 100% and he never felt better. That's what he said. But I'm just curious to know, you obviously was an amateur when you sparred Teo. Teo was a pro. How long, how many fights, how many more years till you see yourself being ready for a title shot?
Maybe a year.
A year?
I think a year and a half. When I sparred Teofimo, man, that was before my first pro fight, and my first pro fight was at 128. I was a small guy, walking around 135. My first couple fights were at 128, man. So I was a small guy, and then I think all of a sudden I just grew a lot. I'm getting more muscle. I think I'm getting my man strength. So now I'm walking around like north of 150. So I'm feeling very strong and just better from all angles.
That's a big statement, knowing the fact that you weren't even a lightweight at the time. You did your thing with Teo. So who was some of your favorite fighters growing up in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, I'm a lefty, so I love Pernell Whitaker. He was one of my favorites. Julio Cesar Chavez for the body shots, and then Oscar De La Hoya. I used to love his jab, and then of course Floyd Mayweather. Right now, I really like Inoue. I think he's a Japan fighter, the monster.
Right.
Great fighter, yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with split decision segment questions. It's just dream fights, and I just want to get your thoughts on who you will favor to win. So, Ali versus Tyson, who wins and why?
Man, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to go with if they're both in their prime.
Yeah, prime for prime. Ali before he was banned and couldn't fight anymore, and Tyson at his best.
I think.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Basically, you will end up with a haircut shape up or an edge up. What they do is they tattoo small dots that look like hair follicles in the areas where you have lost your hair and then blend it with your existing hair. You can even choose what type of hairline you want, hard shape up or soft and natural finish. And to maintain it, all you gotta do is shave your hair every few days, which is something you already were probably doing anyway. Make sure you go ahead and contact my man ScalpCarolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo de Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.